Hi guys. So I've started working on a 3D top-down shooter for my university project, and I've been working on it for a week, and I'm just here to show you some of the progress I've made in that week. So press play right now. We have this tutorial level basically, and you just follow the instructions, I guess, and yeah, you can slowly progress through the tutorial. Um, Basically, at the moment, I've set the delays to like 3 seconds, but I will play around with them to make them a bit more balanced later on. Because at the moment, because I'm testing it, I don't really want to spend like 12, 15 seconds between sequences, especially when I know what to do. So I've kind of lowered it for that purpose. You see, and then the instructions tell us again to light up all the targets to proceed. But if you do it like too slowly, you'll see that the targets slowly start to dissipate. So you have to do it and light them all up at the same time. So then you progress them. And that's because the game is going to be fast paced. So I want the player to know that. So now we learn about abilities and explaining what they are and like what the power gauge is, which is the blue bar at the bottom. It's telling me to do this now, which is a burst fire. So then that's kind of like a burst kind of shot for the player, and it also knocks the player back, which is kind of like sort of a navigable sort of ability. The player also has a grapple hook, which they can use on, at the moment, is on trees, but you can use it on these as well. So you can do that if you want. But at the moment, it tells you to grapple onto trees. So we'll grapple onto the tree, and when that's done, we progress further. And then it tells you then you have also this grenade launcher ability, which is pressed with the one key. I'm going to be changing the keys up at some point, but it's fine for now. So yeah, press the one key, and we have this explosion that knocks up the dummies. And this is basically as far as I've got with the tutorial part so far. I've started implementing, well, I've already implemented some other code. Like you can actually do visibility as well, which is like a rapid fire and knocks back enemies. Right now, I have some of them implemented on the enemies as well. The enemies are not going to be this guy, it's just like a placeholder while I'm working on it for now. So you can see that that's implemented. We have this implemented the explosion as well. And knock them backwards. So basically, when you knock them backwards, you'll knock them back to wherever position the player's facing. So that way, but if I come from the back, so really, out of all this, these kind of abilities, the hardest one for me to implement actually was the grapple. The grapple was difficult because of the timelines. I had to kind of like play around with it quite a lot, and with like sort of the speed, I see like it kind of overshoots sometimes. So yeah, it's slowly coming along here. You can see the UI starting to come into place a little bit because the game is targeted for mobile and PC, so I'm going to have to play around with that a bit. It's really prototypey at the moment, so yeah, don't worry about it for now. The graphics in general are going to be like this sort of like super low poly sort of style graphics. It looks, well, the animations are kind of not great at the moment, but it's only a prototype, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, don't think there's much more to show really. I can show you the multiple enemies being blown up, so you can essentially you should be able to hit enemies like close to each other. So if we play that again and then press the ability, you see when the explosion comes near the enemies, like they both get knocked up. So that's kind of what I wanted for that ability. Also, the explosions I did quite a lot of coding for because I didn't want it to look awkward. I kind of wanted it so whatever like surface you hit, basically the explosions and the sound effects will show. So you can do it for like trees, and it didn't do it there for some reason. But yeah, for the most part it works. It's just if you're too close, I guess, it can go through because there's a timing on it. Because of the timing on it, it's not going off in time. It's been destroyed before, so that's gonna have to be fixed at some point. Whenever it hits a tree, it always goes off. Also, you might have noticed in like games sort of like Diablo 3, like RuneScape, they kind of have this thing where if you're inside a building, then it kind of gets rid of the roofs and stuff. So I've got that for the trees because you can actually like go under the trees. So I kind of wanted it so you can sort of like go under the trees and see your player. It's again, some of this stuff is not perfect, so I'm gonna have to work on it, but I do like where it's going. And if you guys kind of like the vibes of the game so far, then hit the like and subscribe, and next week I will upload another week's worth of progress on the game. So bye for now.